My name is Justin, and we live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I retired at 33. We have 3 kids.
I retired 2 years after Justin at age 38.
The big 3 expenses for most people are housing, transportation, and food. And so we kept those 3 expenses fairly low. The houses in Raleigh were pretty inexpensive. We had a fairly modest mortgage by most measures in the United States. We kept driving the same cars that we had fresh out of college. We drove those until they were 16 years old and then traded them in for a used minivan. We tend to cook at home a lot, so we've really polished our cooking skills quite a bit. So we save a lot there versus going out to eat or getting takeout a lot. So we started out saving about half of our income. So we more or less lived on one of our paychecks and then saved the other paycheck so we could really focus on the investments. We were maxing out our 401k accounts, our IRAs, so we were getting big tax breaks as well. We were saving close to $15,000 per year on taxes. We also had started a taxable brokerage account. I think we started out putting in around $1,500 per month into that taxable brokerage account. And then we increased that as we could throughout the years as we made more money, and just slowly over time building up the balances, letting the investment returns compound, and 10 years later, it was enough. We have 3 kids from ages 6 up to 13, so they're all in school now. Public school, of course, if it works out for you in your situation, that's a huge money saver versus going with a private school. We do hand-me-downs when possible. We don't go overboard when there's the big study abroad, expensive field trips. Instead of spending $2,000 or $3,000 to send one of the kids to Spain for a week, we would spend that same amount of money or less to go to Spain for the entire family. The kids are about 4 or 5 years away from college right now, so that's something we're starting to look at more closely. So having those discussions with our children about state schools, public schools versus private schools, looking into scholarships, getting them ready academically to compete for scholarships. So those are all things that we're working on right now. Nice to be able to wake up and have a cup of coffee, sit back, read a book, watch some TV.
Also be able to jump on any good deals on vacation.
So it's a nice feeling to have that freedom of time to do what a lot of people do on the weekends. We do that 7 days a week.